Hello everybody and welcome back to Dirt Road Nation.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. What's the title of this video, Jake?
I have no fucking idea.
Let me tell you the title of this video. Why Scotch is better than bourbon.
Because it's fucking not.
Alright, pick the paper back up.
Fuck off. Say please.
Please pick the paper back up. Just roll with me here. You're gonna like this subsequent video. If you want these things, you might look at trying Scotch.
Dicks in the ass.
Alright, so, reason number one, and the first honest reason you should possibly look into trying Scotch as your primary whiskey, and we'll just get this out of the way if you didn't gather from his reaction. We tend to be more bourbon guys. But if these sound good to you, maybe you should try Scotch first. Or if you can't find a whiskey you like and you haven't tried Scotch, maybe these will draw you to it. First thing is that Scotch kind of has a wider flavor range overall. Meaning, if you try the different regions and different brands, you're more likely to find something that fits your palate. You have everything from like smoky to sweet, fruity, it's all kinds of stuff you can get out of Scotch. Do you think you can swallow it enough to read the second one?
I don't swallow, buddy.
I do.
Smokey Scotch is period. I don't know. Smoky Scotch, because you can't have smoky bourbon. Look at this.
Yeah. Anyway.
Smoky bourbon. Horse shit.
He is a salty son of a bitch. I knew this was going to be his reaction. That's why I intentionally didn't tell him this until we made the video. Plus, he probably would have tore the paper up before he turned the camera on if I'd have told him beforehand. We're actually, if you want to know, so maybe he can calm the fuck down. Gonna work our way through each category of whiskey, and the title of the video is gonna be why that whiskey is superior to these other whiskeys. Because I want to highlight the strengths in each category that if you're not sure which one you would like, here's where you kind of start. But the title is catchy. It's gonna piss people off. It's gonna get their attention.
I fucking bet it will.
So, yeah, Smoky Scotch is like God's gift to Scotland, man. Smoky Scotch is where we like to live, if we're in the Scotch realm. If you want something sweet but light,
Freshman in college.
or sophomore. Anyway, he fucked me all up. Alright. Just in case this video was made for kids before, it sure shit ain't now. If you want something sweet but light, go with a Speyside. That's kind of one of the like sweetest and lightest offerings of whiskey, because Scotch has this quality of being sweet and mellow in a lot of ways. Whereas bourbon tends to be sweet and kind of like to kick you in the dick and punch you in the mouth. I enjoy it. It's kind of like a warm summer day. But some people don't like bourbon. They think it's too harsh. I would point you to Speyside Scotch. Or Irish whiskey, but we'll get there later.
The woman's shelter.
That too. Don't walk in uninvited. They get upset. There you go. Number 4.
This isn't by much. But I will say, because he has it written down, longer history.
It's almost 100 years.
History didn't start until July 4th of 1776.
Okay. Fine.
No, yeah, it is.
Even then, bourbon was kind of a late 1800s advent. Is when it really became prominent over rye.
Yeah, in all honesty, I do believe the Scots were making whiskey in like the early to mid 1400s. So.
Oh wow, I didn't actually think it was that much longer. I thought it was like 100 years or more, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, they've had longer perfecting this art. But the fifth thing that we did to ourselves, we kneecapped ourselves in this department, but Scotland didn't go through it, and because of that, it didn't stunt their growth for any period of time or knock a bunch of shit off the market for everybody. And that is, they didn't have to deal with their own prohibition. So we did, and we closed almost all of our whiskey distilleries. In fact, it was like Old Forester and like 5 others got to remain open, something like that. It was very few.
Yeah.
So ironically, what we really did was kill all the little guys and create a big whiskey industry. But funny how government tends to do that. They do have the advantage of having developed through there and not had that. So they have brands that are older and have lasted considerably longer. I think Lagavulin started in 1812.
Something like that.
1818? I don't know. It says it on the bottle.
Can we go look?
No, it's downstairs.
Oh, nice.
I've been sipping on that Lagavulin lately. That's what gave me the idea for this video.
Oh. You cunt. You know what I've been drinking lately?
What?
Wild Turkey 101 and Jim Beam Black.
Excellent offerings. I also tend to drink Wild Turkey 101 pretty often, so I go through considerably more of that than any other whiskey. We addressed early on the wider flavor profile, and I kind of left it open to see if you'd come in and explain why that is. Do you remember why that is?
Because there's, 5 different categories of Scotch whiskey, and they each taste completely different? Well,
right, but it is a considerably smaller region than, say, the U.S.
Because it is completely considerably smaller region. A lot of their, I guess I don't know what you're getting at.
Yep, you don't. Okay,
No.
So they are not limited to one thing that limits bourbon flavor profiles considerably, and kind of frustrates me, but I understand why they do this. They do not have to use new charred oak barrels. They can get more character out of a barrel that's been used for other things and then finish it, whereas all we can do is use that new barrel and then finish it. And that allows for them to create a much wider flavor profile, as well as some of the other things they do, like they primarily use malt, we primarily use corn, things like that.
One positive thing I will say about Scotch whiskey is, for the size of their country, they have more of a flavor profiles going between the different regions
Than we do.
than we do. Yeah.
There's not a massive difference between Kentucky bourbon and Texas bourbon in flavor if we're talking about just pure bourbon.
Yeah.
There's mainly a difference in that because of their massive distance from one another on the map allows Texas to age whiskey faster, so it tastes better sooner.
Yeah, and all of Scotland's like getting the same fucking rainstorm or like the same temperature
Constant.
all at once. So like it's like the whole
Yeah.
Are they an island?
No.
No. The whole
That would be
country's
Ireland. They do have islands though.
Yeah.
Plus Ireland.
Isla. Yeah. But like we go from, Alaska, Hawaii, California, Maine, everywhere in between, you're getting all sorts of different
We could even
temperatures.
technically, according to the definition of bourbon, make bourbon in Puerto Rico.
Because it's a U.S. province,
Territory.
whatever. What's the difference?
A province is sort of like a state.
Ah.
And we all know Puerto Rico is not a state. Anyway, so now that kind of concludes this video. I got Jake to make a video I'm sure he never thought he would make, and he's pretty pissed that he made.
Somebody's getting chucked out a window.
We are going to make a series out of this, though, and go through each of the different categories of whiskey and their strengths. And we will end on the one we like the most.
Which is bourbon.
Yes.
Spoilers.
So until we see you again, I'm Zach.
I'm salty.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Hey everybody, if you like this video, hit a like or dislike, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you really like what we're doing, check us out over on Facebook where we post every day.